Hello everyone, welcome to today's deck profile. Today I will be doing the Traptrix. Now I will preface this by saying this is not the most optimal way to play the deck. However, I built it because it was in a structure deck and I really enjoy the playstyle of this kind of trap heavy control deck. Plus it brings me back to old times of hat format. So without further ado, let's hop right into it. First up, play 3 copies of Traptrix Mirmello. When it's normal summoned, you can add a whole trap from your deck to your hand. When it's special summoned, you can destroy a spell trap your opponent controls, and it's unaffected by whole normal traps. You will realize, as I go through this, that none of the Traptrix are affected by whole traps. So I'm no longer going to be reading that, because they all have that text on them. I will only be reading their special effects. Moving on, we'll play 3 copy of Traptrix Pudica. When it's normal summoned, you can add a Traptrix Garden from deck to your hand. If it's special summoned, target a special summon monster your opponent controls, banish that target, then during the next standby phase, your opponent can special summon a banished monster they control. This is mainly here because you want to get to your garden. Very fun, very kind of easy way to search. Definitely a good card. Play 3 copy of Mantis. When it's normal summoned, you can add a Traptrix monster from deck to your hand, and once per turn quick effect, target a spell trap you control, return it to the hand to set a different spell trap you control. It's a really good card. I really enjoy Mantis. It has some fun interactions with the Traptrix Holtea. I do play 3 copies of Arachnocampa. This is normally the one you will be searching off of your Mantis. The first time a set card in your spell trap card zone will be destroyed by a card effect, it is not during the main phase. If you control a Traptrix monster, quick effect, you can special summon this card from your hand. However, you can't special summon monsters from the extra deck the rest of the turn, aside from insect or plants. This is really important because it's an activated special summon, meaning that it triggers your Sarah. Plus, it's a quick effect, so you can summon it on your opponent's turn if they're trying to destroy your back row. Next up, I play 2 Dionea. When this card is normal summon, target a Traptrix in your graveyard, special summon it in defense. When this card is special summon, target a whole trap in your grave, set it, but banish it during the end phase of your next turn if it's still on the field. So, on normal summon, this allows you to just grab any Traptrix from your grave to either immediately start Link summoning or start XZ summoning. Play 1 copy of Traptrix Genelecia. You contribute this card. Set 2 whole traps with different names, one from deck, one from grave, but banish them when they leave the field. Really great card. It's a one-of because you really only want to do this once while you're setting up. Unlike the next one, which is Neptunethus. I play 1 copy of this. If you activate a whole trap card, you can add to your hand or special summon a Traptrix monster from your deck. I played it 1 because it's very niche, you rarely actually use it. But it can come up in very certain circumstances. And finally, a card that they definitely should have put in the structure deck, but didn't, 3 Parallel Exceed. When a Link monster is summoned, you can special this to a Link zone, and then special summon another copy, and they both become level 4, which pretty much means you get to XZ summon into one of your Traptrix XZs. Moving on to the spells, we play 3 copies of Traptrix Garden. During your main phase, you get an extra normal summon of a Traptrix monster. The first time an insect or plant would be destroyed by battle, it is not. You can banish 1 monster you control, special a Traptrix monster from your hand or graveyard. So this is a lot of extension, as well as protecting your monsters from battle, which is one of the few things that Rafflesia can't do. So fantastic card. I really enjoy it. I understand why people play less than 3 of it, but I prefer 3. Then I play 3 copies of Trap Tantalizing Tune. Discard a level 4 insect or plant monster or a normal trap to draw 2 cards. Banish this from your grave. Target one of your banished level 4 lower insect monsters or normal traps. Place that on the bottom of your deck. So it's recycling as well as a draw 2. It's not the best, but it does let you kind of dig into the deck, which is something this deck really needs, because you do need to open one of your starters. Then I do play 1 Harpies, just to kind of clear out their back row. Moving on to the traps. It is a trap-heavy deck, so we play plenty. First, 3 copies of Shade Brigandine. You can special summon it as a level 4 Dark Warrior normal monster. And if you have no traps in your grave, you can activate it to turn it set. That's very important, because you can immediately trigger your Sarah with this card. I then play 3 copies of the new Traptrix Holitea. You can activate this card the turn it was sent by discarding a normal trap. Special summon this card in defense as a normal monster, plant earth level 4. It's not treated as a trap. You can banish this card from your grave, target a Traptrix monster in your grave, special summon it. Really great card. Once again, helps you immediately activate that Sarah. So Holitea is a fantastic card for the deck. For the actual trap holes, I play 3 Terrifying Trap Hole Nightmare. This is a new one from the structure deck. If your opponent has special summoned a monster this turn, target one monster your opponent controls with 2,000 or more attack, destroy it. And if you have a hole trap in your grave, you can banish one monster from their grave. Really fantastic card. Definitely one you want to try and get to. Next, I do play 2 copies of Floodgate. When your opponent summons a monster, change that monster to face down defense position. Monsters changed by this effect cannot change their battle positions. So this pretty much stops their play if they summon one of their really important normals. Really great card in this deck. Now I play 1 copy of Bottomless, 1 copy of Gravekeepers, 1 copy of Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare, and 1 copy of Break Off. Break Off, if a monster is linked summoned, destroy all monsters in the field that are not linked, which effectively means if your opponent has nothing linked to it, it destroys everything your opponent has, since none of yours can be destroyed by normal trap effects. Traptrix Trap Hole Nightmare negates an activated effect that your opponent activates if a monster is special summoned. Grave Diggers, if your opponent activates a monster effect in hand or grave, when your opponent's banished monster activates this effect, you can negate that effect, and if you do, inflict 2,000 damage to your opponent. And Bottomless, just if your opponent summons a monster with 1,500 or more attack, banish that monster. Really great cards. Moving on to the links, or the extra deck rather. Play 3 copies of Sarah. This is your main starter in the deck. If a normal trap is activated, special like Traptrix monster from your deck with a different name than cards you control, and if a Traptrix monster activates its effect, you can set a hole directly from the deck. So, main starter, Sarah is fantastic for this deck. I then play 2 Caleria. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. If you activate a hole trap, you can set it instead of sending it to the grave. And during your end phase, you can target a Traptrix monster in your grave, special summon it. So Caleria is not bad. It's not great. It's rare you go into Caleria, unless you're trying to link up into Traptrix Adipus. This is their new link monster. All Traptrix gain 1,000 attack while you have a normal trap in your grave. Once per turn, you can target face-up cards your opponent controls equal to the number of insects and plants you control, negate their effects until the end of the turn, then apply the following effect. You can banish a normal trap from your grave to destroy one of the targeted cards. Really great. It makes your Traptrix beefy, which is a issue this deck has. It has some problems when it's going into the game. Plus, it can negate most of the field if you have the right setup. Moving on to the XDs. Play 3 Pinkulicula. This is one of the new ones. Where is it? You can detach 1 material, add a Traptrix monster from your deck to your hand. If a monster owned by your opponent is sent to the grave or banished by a card effect, you can attach it to this card as material. That is important because it's unaffected by monsters whose the same type as a monster attached to this as material. So if your opponent's playing an all-machine deck and you suck up one of their machines, then they can't really touch your Pinkulicula. 3 Rafflesia. This is the one that people have been playing long before people actually played Traptrix. Traptrix monsters you control, except for Rafflesia, can't be destroyed by battle or card effects. Your opponent cannot target Traptrix monsters you control with card effects. Once per turn, detach material, send a whole normal trap that meets its activation conditions from your deck to the grave. This card's effect becomes that trap's effect when it's activated. So this lets you trigger any of your traps from deck. Finally, Alumeris. Rarely I go into this card. Attach 2 materials, special level 4 lower insect or plant monster from your graveyard. If a monster leaves field because of a card effect and is now in the grave or banished, you can detach 1 material, target one of them, and special summon it to your field. So this does kind of let you grab some of your opponent's monsters, get some more creatures on board to kind of swing in for a game, But once again, I rarely go into this. This is a going first deck where you kind of want to set up and control and make sure your opponent doesn't have enough resources to continue. So, it's a very fun deck. It is a structure deck, so you can get most of these fairly cheaply. The only cards that didn't really come in it that you want to look for are the Exceed. But yeah, very fun deck, very interesting. I enjoy playing it, and I hope you all will too. Let me know in the comments what I should do next, and I hope to see you all in the next one.